What if I told you the dog that was boots on the ground the night Osama bin Laden was killed was not a soldier, not a drone, not a piece of classified technology, but a dog, a Belgian Malinois named Cairo wearing titanium teeth and a bulletproof vest rappelling out of a Black Hawk helicopter into the most dangerous special operations mission in American history, and most people watching this right now have never even heard the breed's name. And that is exactly the problem. Because this animal is not a pet. It is not a show dog. It is not a trend on social media. It is the single most capable working animal on the planet Earth, and the United States government has been quietly trusting it with the lives of its most elite operators for decades, while the rest of the world was busy posting about golden retrievers. Here is what a fully trained military Belgian Malinois can actually do, and I need you to let this list really land. It can sprint at 32 miles per hour and sustain that long enough to run down a fleeing vehicle on a dirt road. It can detect over 19,000 different scents and has been documented finding explosives buried 6 feet underground in fields that bomb disposal robots walk directly over and miss completely. It tandem jumps out of military aircraft from altitudes exceeding 30,000 feet and lands deployment ready within seconds of hitting the ground. It fast rope rappels down the sides of buildings from helicopters. It swims open water in full tactical gear alongside Navy SEALs during live maritime operations. It clears rooms in active combat faster and more quietly than any human team could. And it does all of this with a focus so complete and a loyalty so total that military handlers across every branch of the armed forces have said publicly and on record that they trust their Malinois with their life more than any piece of equipment the government has ever issued them. And that is not a feel-good quote. That is a documented operational reality. Now, here's the thing most people do not understand about why Special Forces made the switch from German Shepherds to Belgian Malinois, and this is the part that genuinely floored me when I researched it. It was not just about physical ability, it was about something called drive. And drive in the working dog world is a specific technical term describing a dog's internal compulsive motivation to work, regardless of reward, environment, pain, distraction, or fear. And where a German Shepherd has excellent drive, the Belgian Malinois has what professional trainers and military handlers describe as an almost uncontrollable obsessive need to work that borders on what in a human being you would diagnose as a serious psychological condition. Because this dog does not choose to work the way other dogs choose to fetch a ball. It needs to work the way you need oxygen. It physically cannot switch off when a task is available. And the U.S. military discovered that this specific quality made the Malinois capable of sustaining performance in high-intensity combat environments where other breeds, even great ones, would hesitate, slow down, or disengage. And in special operations, a half the second of hesitation is the difference between everyone coming home and nobody coming home. But here's the part the documentaries skip over, and this honestly got me. After the mission, after the building is cleared and the target is down and the team is extracting, this dog finds its handler and just leans on them. Because underneath all of that power and drive and tactical precision is an animal that is so completely devoted to one single human being that experienced operators, people who have been through things most of us cannot imagine, have broken down on camera talking about losing their dogs. And the bond between a Malinois and its handler is classified by researchers who study human-animal relationships as one of the deepest interspecies connections ever recorded. Because this dog does not work for you out of obedience, it works for you out of love. And that combination of lethal capability and absolute devotion is the reason the Secret Service uses them to protect the president, the reason SEAL Team 6 deployed Cairo into Abbottabad, and the reason that once a Special Forces operator has worked alongside a Belgian Malinois, they almost never want to work with anything else. So here's the question I want you to answer in the comments right now. Did you know the dog on the Bin Laden raid was a Belgian Malinois? Because I have asked dozens of people this question, and almost nobody gets it right. Drop your answer below. And if this video opened your eyes to something you genuinely did not know before, hit subscribe, because next week we are going into the one breed the military almost chose instead of the Malinois. And the reason they ultimately said no is a story that nobody in the dog world is talking about yet. See you then.